Week 8 of my 90-day military calisthenic reset, the scale barely moved. But I need to tell you what did change, because to me, it matters more than any number. So stick with me, because at the end of this video, I will show you exactly what changed. Can we talk about incline push-ups for a second? Because 8 weeks in, and I'm still not a fan. I said it last week and I'm saying it again. My body is still asking me, are we doing this again when it comes to incline and negative push-ups? But here's what nobody tells you about building a fitness habit in midlife. It's not about loving the exercises. It's more about showing up when you don't want to and figuring out the exercises that works for you in this season. Because how your body reacts now in your 40s is a lot different than how it reacted in your 20s and 30s. And somewhere around week 6, I had mentioned that something shifted for me that I didn't see coming, and I'll tell you exactly what it was in a minute. When I started this reset, I told you the goal wasn't really about the visible result. It was about finding a fitness routine that works for my body in this season of life, specifically to combat perimenopause symptoms. But if I'm being completely honest, the real goal for me was to jumpstart a fitness routine so it becomes a habit, not a project, not a phase, but simply for it to become part of my everyday routine. I think I've finally done it. So I start my day now with a workout, and that's just how my mornings look like. But when life happens, because it does, and that's just real life, I just simply move it. So there might be days when I can't work out in the morning and I'll just simply do it in the afternoon or later on in the day. But no matter what happens, I just make sure that I get it in, because it's kind of like, you know, when you're addicted to coffee, caffeine, your body just craves it. Now, my body and my day is not complete without working out. Now, let me show you what week 8 looks like day by day. And I'll breeze through this because I don't want to bore you with all of these workout exercises, but sticking to my weekly update, and I want to be completely honest. So for Monday and Tuesday, I did full rounds of each of these exercises. And for Monday, working on the upper body, that includes the incline and negative push-ups that we still hate, even though we're now in week 8. Also the tricep dip. We did the Superman pulls, reverse snow angels, and the 45-second plank. I did do 10 reps of each of these exercises, excluding the Superman pulls and the snow angels. On those, I did 15 reps. And again, those are 4 rounds. Tuesday, we did the lower body, and on that, we did the squat, reverse lunges, we did high crunch, glute bridge march, and a wall sit for 45 seconds. So when it comes to wall sits and planking, I now do the longest, which is 45 seconds, now that I built up enough stamina. And then on Wednesday, that is our full body reset. So we did our 45 minutes walk. That's usually a 3-mile walk. So for Thursday, we did 4 rounds of plank taps, bicycle crunches, leg raises, glute bridge march, 45-second plank. And again, 4 rounds of that. For Friday, doing core, full body. So we're doing plank, shoulder tap, bicycle crunch, leg raises, glute bridge march, and body weight squats. Then lastly, on Saturday, we did our 30-minute walk. So that's 5 days, 4 circuits, 0 perfect days. And I want to tell you why that's exactly the whole point. I keep coming back to this idea, especially after I got laid off. The home projects, my gardening, the workout. It was never really about the thing itself. It was about proving to myself that I can commit to something even on the days that I don't feel like it. And that's the muscle that I actually needed after 26 years of someone in corporate deciding my schedule for me. Getting stronger physically is reminding me that growth starts with small, consistent steps and teaching me to show up for myself. And honestly, that's the whole point of this season. This is the reason why I started this fitness reset, to not only rebuild my body, not only to rebuild my energy, my stamina, and get back into being healthy again, to try to get a fitness routine and build that habit, but to really show up for myself in this season of life. Let's do a real check-in, because I promise you I'd keep this honest. Back in week 2, here's where I was, and now in week 8, this is where we're at. As I said in the beginning, the scale didn't move much, but most importantly, my energy, by 3 p.m. is night and day compared to week 5. And now revisiting the scorecard that we did in week 5, I'll put it here, compared to week 8 here, where energy, strength, and recovery, I now would score this a 9 out of 10, with motivation being an 8 out of 10, and then consistency staying 10 out of 10, and that's a big improvement in week 8 compared to week 5. And if you're doing your own reset, I highly encourage you to build a scorecard like this too. Not just tracking your weight, but your energy and your mood, because that's where the real story lives. Okay, one more thing before we wrap up, because I've been teasing about this since last week. So next series I'm bringing you is called Unresume. If my layoff and building my second act story has resonated with you at all, this is where we go deeper, throwing out everything the corporate world told you defined your worth and building out what actually matters in this season of life. Episode 1 is coming soon, and I promise you don't want to miss it. So subscribe if you haven't already. But here's what I want you to take away from this week. Whether you're rebuilding your second act, rebuilding your body, your health, your life, after something ended you didn't choose, it's never one big dramatic moment. It's the boring, it's the unglamorous, it's the showing up every day consistently. That's where the actual transformation happens. So to recap week 8, 4 circuits, 1 long walk, 0 perfect days, and a habit that's finally sticking. Next week, we're heading into week 9, the third phase of this reset, and I'll be honest with you on how week 9 is feeling different compared to the first phase. Now tell me in the comments which one of this week's circuit would absolutely wreck you. I want to know I'm not the only one that still hates incline push-up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here and thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Turn on your post notifications so you don't miss the next one. And if you missed last week, you can watch it right here.